Hello everyone, this is Season Ovo 992 and today we're back for another brand new video. And aye, you might be clicking on the video pretty surprised I'm sitting in the regular background and not in a car vlog, because usually that's been following the embarrassing, pathetically bad performances, and that was embarrassing and pathetically bad. So you're thinking, what is actually going on? Well, there's a couple of reasons why we're not in a car vlog right now, people. One, I wasn't at the game the day, so I don't need to be in my car to drive home. And two, I'm pretty sure if I went behind the wheel of my car right now, I'd end up at some kind of supermarket or McDonald's or Burger King and just have to eat and eat and eat and try and fill the hole that's left in my heart for watching this football club, because by God is it tough watching this team right now. There is zero redeeming qualities for what I just witnessed, and I'm the guy who talked up Limassol yesterday. I know how they're good. I was positive. I was arguing with people that they will score in this game tomorrow. I just thought, people, and maybe it's my fault, you know what I mean? Maybe I've just finally lost my mind that the Rangers players, after spending all week saying that it was an unacceptable performance versus Aberdeen. Remember that? Yeah, unacceptable. We'll set it right. And then after Beale got sacked, saying it's never nice to see a manager get sacked, we will set it right. We will put things right for Beale and Stephen Davis. All the talking all week. They're going to do this and that. And that performance right there is what they came out and mustered, where it looked like they didn't even want to be on the same park as each other. They barely strung free passes together. The effort from some of the players was genuinely embarrassing. And I feel like someone like Stephen Davis shouldn't ever be put in to this position. Again, I fooled myself into thinking these players who probably like Davo, because he's been in the dressing room, they've played. I thought because they actually like him, troops, they'd maybe try a wee bit and play some football. But if I was Stephen Davis after that game, I'd be sitting here scratching my head and saying nobody likes me in this dressing room, because that performance right there is doing nothing but embarrassing Stephen Davis. And moving that to one side for just a wee second, actually speaking about it fairly and actually being serious for once time on this channel. Stephen Davis, son, I can you'll never see this video or anything like that, but you need to forget who your pals were when you were playing week in and week out. Forget who your pals were, pal, because there's a couple of established players in that team coasting because they run the roost, and they will embarrass you if you didn't forget your friendship with them and drop them, because they are so badly off their game right now. They are sinking this football club, not in a purple patch or a wee bitty bad spell. It's week upon week and a week, and it's been like that since pre-season. They've already had several managers sacked over the last couple seasons, and they're gone through the exact same motions of terrible performances. And I feel like Stephen Davis again is in a really tough situation. We talked about it in yesterday's video. I did try and damper people's expectations, because a lot of people were saying it's going to be free, we're going to get this, it's going to be 5-0, 6-0, this is a poor team we're against. And I did understand why people said that, but there's only so much you can actually do in such a short period of time, especially when you consider the fact we have given the keys to this car, troops, to Stephen Davis, who's never once had a thought about being a manager. He's not got a coaching philosophy. He's not got a style of play. So what did we see in this game? We saw the exact same game plan, the exact same formation, the exact same players and style of play that we would have done no matter who was in that dugout. That was the Beale plan that we saw the day. And what happened? We got beat and embarrassed for a team whose value is about 1.25 million euros. That there is up there with Progress Nedicon, in my opinion. Considering the money we spent on the talent, people can talk about injuries and make your excuses and all that, but look at the values of the two squads. The wages that we pay these players week in and week out compared to what this side, Limassol, is getting paid. You'd actually be embarrassed to try and stick up for anybody in a Rangers jersey day, apart from the goalkeeper and Sima, who gave it his all when he came on. Maybe the young lad that came on as well, McCausland and everything like that, he played well. I'm not really talking to them. You know exactly who I'm talking about. The captain, the vice captain, this, the midfielder, the midfield general, and Raskin, as he kicked the ball since Newcastle in pre-season. Then he thinks of people. Lunny took a massive regression again the day, and everything was wrong. The vibe was wrong. The way they went about their business, the set piece routine are embarrassing. And I'm already going to get into it, troops, because we're already there. See, when someone like me, who's a diddy, and I wear that cap proudly every single game, troops, can sit in a preview video, me and thee, I can sit and say this team likes to take short corners, then whip it in and they'll try and catch us. That's something we talked about yesterday's preview video. Guess how we conceded the first goal? Yep, short corner in which they zipped it in very quickly and tried to take advantage of our terrible set-piece defenders. So see, when someone like me can see that 24 hours before a game, why is there professional football players going out there and being shocked and caught with their pants pulled down when the exact same thing happens? It's anything happening in this club. Is anybody looking at anything? Because it's obvious week in and week out, but there's never a fix, there's never a solution, there's never a tweak or a change. We have been bad for set-piece defending for 3 seasons. It's never once improved. We have conceded more goals for set pieces than anything else by far, troops, and it's no 1 or 2 here, 1 or 2 there. It's every single game, and we're never improving, and it's the same culprits all the frickin' time, and it's annoying because this goal was on Connor Goldson. I'm a Goldson guy, you know that, I'm defending him a lot, but he's playing horrifically, like honestly horrifically, and for me to say that, you know, he is playing badly. It's just he's marking, his man is absolutely over the place, and then you've got big Sam Lammer standing there like a tree trunk, just standing there like that. What am I doing here? He's doing nothing going forward, he's doing nothing at the back, he's doing nothing anywhere. He's supposed to be in the zone to attack any ball that comes in, and he's just sitting there staring like that, watching Goldson get beat. The two of them, it's almost laughable, and I feel like I'm almost there, Drips, you know what I mean? Because I'm no longer surprised or shocked or even angry anymore. It's becoming the norm. It's like the boos at the end of every single Rangers game right now. All these new signings are starting to think that must be our playoff song. We've got Simply the Best, then we've got the boos because it's week upon week and nothing and no one is improving. Everyone's getting worse. We've already punted a manager out the door, and now we're embarrassing somebody like Stephen Davis because that's the level of effort that we can put out on a European night. The thing that they're supposed to care about, oh, Scottish football's dross, it's boring, it's a grind, you play the same teams, part the bus, but you can use all that excuses if you want. That was a European night. There was so much space in there if we actually tried to play football, but did any of them try and play football? No. One touch, long punt. One touch, long punt. Dessers, he can't run. Why do we continually punt long balls in behind for him to chase? His biggest asset is bringing others into play, and that's me saying biggest asset very loosely because the boy is just... his heat's gone. He's gone, troops. And I feel like, as much as I do have sympathy for Stephen Davis, because again, he's in this position that he couldn't turn down, but there's no something he thought about and being a manager and that. But you need to look at that now, Dave. Well, we play St Mirren on Sunday. That boy's heat's gone. There is players that need to be removed for the team, and it might be surprised to see the likes of the Taverniers, the Barisics and everything like that, no in a starting 11, but they're not benefiting us at all. There's people waiting in the wings, young players that needs to be played. A 17-year-old laddie from Motherwell strutted about at Ibrox versus us. Nobody's even heard his name for our side of thing, yet it was brilliant on that day. You didn't always need to play the established players, and I feel like now that he has been let down, because fair enough, you can do it one time, right? He's gave his pals an opportunity, everybody that he likes, he spoke about it in his press conference, he trusts these players. Well, that's what happens when you trust these players who are on the decline. He needs to now make the change, and I'll be very, very behind him if he does go ahead and make the changes that needs to be made. Or is he just there to hold a clipboard and just keep things running in the Beale mindset until somebody else comes in? Because has Davo got any power at all? If he has, he's got to make some changes right there going in versus St Mirren. Or is everything just to remain the exact same until a manager comes in? I think we'll tell that by the St Mirren lineup if it's the exact same players that's been failing and destroying this season already, and it's barely any October. So I've probably ranted off there for about 5-6 minutes, but that's just how I'm feeling, people. I'm watching Rangers games and I'm no longer shocked about how pish we are. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, yep, and I'm checking your comments and I'm checking your tweets and I'm checking your Instagrams and everything like that, and you're all saying the exact same thing. You're becoming delusioned with this football club because we're no longer seeing good player effort. This is who we are. Long ball, turgent football. We've sacked a manager, but then after a couple of days we're playing the exact same way, and Limassol deservingly beat us. It was 2-1 the night, right? And yes, we maybe huffed and puffed towards the end and all that stuff, but that could have been 3 or 4-1 to Limassol. I thought it was going to go the other way. What did I say? 2-1 to Rangers, maybe 3-1 if we're able to grab another goal. But I was convinced that they'd score because how bad we are. We never once put their defence, which has got more holes in it than a leopard, people, under any pressure at all. Yet we allowed them just to dance all over us, and within 15-20 minutes it could have been 3-0 up if it wasn't for a sitter missed and Jack Butland pulling us out the shitter. Again, it's embarrassing, troops. It really, really is. And I hope you understand when you've got somebody like me that's ever positive and ever biased, troops, and I'll probably always be biased till my last breath leaves this body, but I am watching a Rangers team that doesn't deserve to be called a Rangers team. There's boys there that need to be dropped, and if Davo has any ounce of power at all, he has to make it now, because your pals will make you a laughing stock until you're replaced. Now, regarding the game of football, we've already talked about how they scored fair corner. I'm going to jump towards the end of the game, then I'll talk about some of the goals and everything like that. But see this out-swinging corner nonsense, this ego that I've got to take everything, that needs to stop. As well, somebody in the Rangers team must have something about them that can call out any of that nonsense, because Goldson and Tavernier will call out everyone else, all game, every game. Can someone maybe bite back and say something else? Because see, in the 86th minute, when we were chasing that game, and we had everybody going forward apart from Jack Butland, who was a bit pretty much on the halfway line. Why is Tavernier taking an out-swinging corner when every delivery, every free kick in a great position that he had on the day was dung, people? And then he's standing there in a corner and hit another out-swinging corner that hits the first man. Why isn't anyone stepping up? That's what I'm worried about, troops, right? Because we can keep blaming Tavernier, we can keep blaming Barisic, we can keep blaming Goldson, but who else has actually got a voice on any balls in this team? Is anyone even going to say anything to anybody? Can we maybe lift our head up and talk and be a leader? Kevin Thompson said it perfectly in commentary tonight, because again, I wasn't at the game and so I actually got to hear the commentary the day, and I try not to always make these videos and bring in what other commentators said, but he was spot on the day. He said there is zero leadership or accountability on the part of the day, and that's genuinely what it looked like. Everyone just passing the buck and too scared to say, and that's when the likes of Lunnies have got to be stepping up and maybe saying, son, the Raskins, who we all rate to the hilt, who's barely kicked a ball this season, there's got to be someone to say, wait a minute here, can we stop this out-swinging nonsense and put one in on the goalkeeper who is flapping at every single cross? That's the 86th minute. Guess what happens in the 90th minute, troops? Jack Butland, no, 95th minute, Jack Butland's trying to get up the park, he's asking if he comes up, but Davo waves him off, and then Tavernier steps up. Barisic wants to take it, I believe, and it gets waved off. Out-swinging corner, and it's to Nabday again. These might seem like silly little things, but if you look at how we concede the goals, we cannot defend in swinging corners, yet we never do in swinging corners ourselves. Like, how mental is that? Is anyone else understand it, or am I just going crazy regarding this outside? Does anybody care? But as for me, it's just a symptom of what is wrong with this team. We can't defend something, yet we never practice it ourselves. No wonder we're not getting better at it, because you imagine what we're like at set-piece defending all week, just hitting the terrible out-swingers. The defence must go, we're actually quite good at defending set-pieces. They're all out-swingers, they're all going to Nabday, there's no pace or nothing on them. And then the games come and they go, oh wait, people are taking in-swinging corners. We've not worked on that all week. Now, this is usually the point that I talk minute per minute on incidents or chances that we had, but what's the point? Dessler scored, but he's offside. You know, water is wet. Dessler's then wants a penalty and he's away. You know, the fastest I've ever seen Dessler's running a Rangers shirt is when he was chasing after that referee wanting a penalty. And when you watch it back, man, you not got anything about you at all, lad. Can you stop smiling at everybody? Maybe play angry once in a while. Can you maybe flip that switch and have something about you? Because he's sitting there just pandering and going through games like he doesn't give a you-know-what. And I know for a fact that he will, and he does care, people. He is trying, or that's what he's telling us. But just look at the penalty that he wants. Morelos, say what you want about him, and I've always been critical of Morelos, because Morelos for me is a shadow of what he could have been at this age. A couple of years ago, the 19 and the 20 season, that lad, he could have been anything he wanted to be, and I'll be forever thinking about that lad and say he's really let himself down in aspects of his career, because he should have been here, he should have been here. Now he's sitting at Brazil at 25, people, right? I hope he turns around, but say what you want about Morelos, and even at his worst, Morelos is making contact with that ball and pushing that defender out the way. Dessers is so soft, and there's literally this air touch, this air touch, and he's sitting floating and everything like that. That's when you need your big number 9 to actually be a big number 9, put the ball into the back of net. A half-arsed, overweight Alfredo Morelos is making that. So why is our big summer number 1 transition no making a single effort towards the ball and falling over because he wants a penalty? People can say it's a lack of confidence, it's a lack of composure, it's a lack of this. Fair enough if you want to go down that route, but at the same time, you just got to step up, and step up when your team needs you. And I'm seeing people in that Rangers shirt hiding. Sam Lammers played about 70 minutes today. No, I'm shocked either. The last time I seen him was he was away hiding at the corner kick where he didn't want to touch the football when we conceded. Then 70 minutes goes by and he's getting subbed off and I'm going, did he not come off at half time? Hiding, people. There's so many people in that Rangers team hiding, and that's the best thing. The only thing I can say, outfield, Sima, say what you want about me. I know he had a bad first touch in one of the incidences and maybe didn't have a great game by any aspect, but he was chasing long balls, he was chasing the channel, he was putting pressure on. The lad was trying, and he ends up bringing us back in to the game after we go 2-0 behind through just equally embarrassing nonsense. Like, Lunny, just take him. Just take the foul. Pull him back, take the yellow card. Be smart. Be thinking. But no, he lets the boy run. There's a tap in. Connor goes and gets beat with a ball across the 6-yard box. Wow, water truly is wet this evening. It's 2-0. We end up getting back in the game after Lunny, to be fair, and whips in a very good cross. One of the very good crosses in the game that we actually did, by the way. And Sima is there where our number 9 should be. Brilliant header into the back post, and he gets his goal that he overall deserves. But then you've got Jack Butler needing to pull us out the shitter 3 more times in the game. I don't know what Ben Davies is trying to do here. I think he's trying to pass it to Ruth maybe, or something like that, but it's awful. I don't know where Raskin is tracking his man, ends up forcing Jack Butler into a phenomenal save. He needs to make another one shortly after that to stop it again for being the likes of 3-1 and 4-1. And it was just aimless crossing, aimless crossing. I'm not going to bore anybody with it. I'm getting fed up talking about it. Honestly, I'm fed up watching this Rangers team, people, because they are dreadful to watch. But we didn't ever take them out the 11. I need somebody to be big enough on Sunday to make the decisions, because they're talking the talk in the press conferences, they're saying what they need to say on Instagram, they're saying all this stuff elsewhere, and they'll give it to the fans, and they owe us the fans, and they're bitterly disappointed, and it's a shame. But we're not seeing it on the park. Do you know what wakes a player up? Finding out he's not playing week in and week out. See, when we got the best of Morelos, it's because Defoe was coming on the park and scoring goals every week. See, when Tavernier was at his maybe peak during a spell, if you will, it's when Nathan Patterson was nibbling behind him, dying to get on. Calvin Bassey brought the best out of Barisic over the last about 5 years. Because why? Because he was chomping at the bit trying to get on. When these players know they aren't first picks week in and week out, they actually perform. But see, when they're getting played week in and week out, when they're playing as bad as that, do you think it's going to turn around for them? No. There's several first team players in this Rangers team that needs a wake up call. We've been woken up as fans. It's been a really hard season watching this team, and now the players actually need to step up and be accounted. And folk might greet and say, oh, I'm being too harsh. You're saying I'm not being too harsh, people. This is embarrassing. There is so many people. I know several people who's travelled and spent a fortune going over to Cyprus today, and I absolutely feel rotten for them. Like, genuinely rotten and everything like that. They've spent so much money to go there, and that's shout to everybody who went out there and took over that stadium and made it like a home game. That is sensational to every single one of you guys, and it's actually embarrassing. The Rangers genuinely should give you your money back, but they won't. But they should give you that, because that's the level on the park, nowhere near the Rangers standard. You paid to watch a Rangers team play football. That wasn't a Rangers team today. That was something you see at Sunday League football. Boys punting long balls into the channel, falling air, wanting free kicks, falling air, wanting penalties, no having a clue what to do at set pieces. It was genuinely embarrassing, and I'll call it out like it is, and certainly not bury my head in the sand any longer. Fed up watching it, troops. Needs to be a big change. Again, Davo can only do so much, but I will be uploading a video tomorrow regarding one of the 3 top candidates for the Rangers managerial job, who I believe have spoken to the football club or will speak to the football club. Name your kiddie gloves on now, troops. Real stuff needs to be said, and I've said it today. What about you? I'd love to know your opinion on this Rangers team, because I sit here right now mortified and embarrassed that I need to sit and watch that. What about you? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down there in the comments section below, and until next time, I've been Siege992. Till tomorrow, where we speak about a manager potentially taking over this football club. Thanks for watching, all the best, and bye bye.